Crapmore gang, it's been a little while since I've given you guys a David update, and just like you're probably wondering how the hell this guy David
They said David trying to run out the country. They said he trying to flee. He trying to get up out of there. No, sir. Bring your motherfucker out back here. We're going to lock his ass up. We're going to start a campaign on the Mac Mula channel. David going to get locked up. FBI, open up!
Hasn't been arrested yet. In my opinion, I've seen so much evidence to make me believe that he clearly, likely, in my opinion, had something to do with this. It really is baffling that nothing has happened. It's also baffling that nothing has happened to his friends, and we've heard all of these rumors that perhaps other people were involved in a potential murder, perhaps other people were helping to conceal the body, and perhaps other people knew what was going on. But I'm now hearing a lot of theories to suggest that everybody involved in this situation might have actually already fled the country. And perhaps, in my opinion, the reason that David hasn't faced justice, perhaps he's already out of the country, out of any jurisdiction where anybody can get hold of him. And
that's why I think it was fucking stupid. I think it's weird and stupid and extremely, extremely weird, heavy on the weird, that they didn't even arrest him. Because if you arrest him and release him, then he's put on a certain... it's certain stuff he can't do, like leave the country or leave the state in that matter. You feel me? Or put him on ankle monitor. Like, it's so much shit you could do until you figure out the case. I just find it real weird how he didn't even ever get arrested when they found a dead little girl cut up body in his trunk in front of his house.
The cops are just floundering, unable to even make a move. Now, I'm going to tell you about all of these theories today. And basically, this is a breakdown that was going around on the Celeste subreddit, and I've not really had a chance to properly look at this until this video. But this basically goes through some new information that Sloan apparently revealed from his own private sources that are apparently close to David. Okay, they're saying in the description, it says, I spoke to someone close to the David investigation, so let's get into it. Now, I won't react to the video, but go and check that out if you want to see the whole piece. But this is a summary on Reddit, and I'm going to read this to you, okay? It says, with all the conflicts going on between the LAPD, the medical examiner, and TMZ, here's another source of unconfirmed info coming from an insider that reached out to Sloan. The video is about the state of Celeste when she was found in the Tesla. Here is the video. 1. Sloan has been contacted by an anonymous but vetted source connected to the LA County Medical Examiner's Office who has seen Celeste's remains and provided detailed information that contradicts both TMZ and the LAPD.
What?
2. Celeste's remains arrived at the medical examiner's office in 3 separate garbage bags.
That's fucking insane, bro.
One bag contained her legs.
Oh my God.
Another contained her torso, cut above the mid-thigh. And a third bag contained her head and arms.
That's some sick shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I already knew, like, people were saying, like, the body was cut up or whatever. This is crazy, bro. So y'all telling me you cut up her legs, mid-thigh and above. So you cut her legs off. Then you kept her torso. Then you cut her arms off and her head. Do you know how fucking weird and sadistic? And just so happened that the girl was 14. Her boyfriend was like, what, 19, 20, 21 years old? And he's on record in Discord chats talking about how much he loves gore. He loves to watch people get killed and bloody shit. He loved that. He said he liked that more than porn. They found this girl cut up body in front of his house. Ain't nobody saying this is the shit I be talking about.
Like, very, very twisted.
This is weird, bro.
This contradicts reports denying decapitation.
Right.
The source confirms the body was decapitated and partially dismembered. 3. Multiple cut marks were observed in the bones. Evidence suggests that at least 3 different cutting tools were used. Possibly an ineffective handsaw, an electric tool, another unidentified cutting instruments, and forensic analysis of the saw's teeth marks can estimate the force applied. Variations in force and cut patterns imply different people with varying strength could have inflicted the cuts.
So more than one person could have been involved in even cutting her body up in the first place.
The source notes that whoever was supposed to finish the job of disposing of the body may have abandoned the effort, leaving the remains as they were found. Crazy. And then 4, frozen versus non-frozen. There is a major point of contention regarding whether Celeste's body was frozen. TMZ reports claim that the body was partially frozen and thawing, reportedly stored in the suspect's vehicle. The LAPD and the medical examiner's office reportedly deny the body was ever frozen. The anonymous source insists that Celeste was never frozen except once placed in the medical examiner's crypt for preservation during testing. The remains were described as soupy or waterlogged, indicating advanced decomposition.
Damn.
5.
That
Due to
shit's so sad, bro. That's so sad
waterlogging,
for this
fingerprint
little girl, bro.
identification was impossible. Identification was confirmed via dental records which had not been publicly disclosed. The remains admitted an overwhelming odor consistent with the strong smell that reportedly led to the discovery of the Tesla.
Right.
6. Additional details. A yellow metal chain bracelet was found with the remains, specifically in the bag containing the head and arms,
A
confirming
yellow metal chain bracelet was found in the remains.
some reports. Toxicology reports are still pending and could provide further clarity about the cause of death. The working theory within the medical examiner's office leans towards an overdose as the cause of death, given the lack of visible trauma such as gunshot wounds or clear signs of strangulation. The advanced state of decomposition obscured physical evidence of strangulation or other assault. Edit. Adding this because I had an additional.
I just don't believe in the. If she did overdose on drugs, which do I think that she could have been on drugs, or do I think that's impossible? No, I think that it's very possible that this runaway girl who was having a sexual relationship with a grown man since she was 11 and he was 18, who's a runaway and has been around this weird ass nigga for I don't know how long. Yeah, he probably had the girl on drugs. He probably influenced her to do drugs and take drugs. And maybe it was a bad batch. Maybe it had some fent in there. I don't know. Maybe she somehow, some way, the girl died. Do I think that's a possibility? Kinda, yeah. But I still feel like he should be held responsible because one thing that I think is clear in my opinion is that he was messing with this little girl. He had a sexual relationship with this little ass girl. I think that's very clear. So with that being said, lock his ass up.
Stop it. Get some help.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Convo with my source after this video was made, the shush tattoo was visible, but barely. A photo of the tattoo was provided to the medical examiner as a way to identify Celeste. My source said the tattoo was difficult to see, but after comparing photos with the remains, they confirmed it is in fact Celeste. I just think it's important to mention this because it's not like her remains were in a condition where the tattoo is easily visible.
Right.
It was not, but enough to confirm the identity along with dental records.
She had been dead for a long time too.
What does this mean? Well, to me, this means that a lot of effort was made to allegedly conceal this body.
Right.
To take it apart, to make it hard to find. It sounds like there were failed efforts.
Yeah.
A handsaw that wasn't effective. They said, oh, this will be easy. We'll cut this up with a handsaw. Oh, no, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. It's not like the movies. It's not as easy as just grabbing a little saw off Amazon and getting this job done.
Right.
It's disgusting. It's gross. It's super chilling
weird.
to know these details.
A little girl.
But I feel like this says a lot. And I feel like this goes directly hand in hand with these reports that people were saying that other people, it was a two-man job.
It wasn't a one-person job for sure. Yeah, you not doing like it's real hard in 2025. You trying to tell me that you killed this little girl, dragged her body yourself, drove her to wherever you drove her, bought everything yourself, didn't call nobody, didn't ask for help, didn't do nothing. That's what you're trying to. I don't believe that shit. I feel like more than one person definitely helped. Somebody helped and no deal.
And maybe it was a two-person job, maybe a three-person job, maybe a two-man and one-woman job. I don't know. All right, I don't know. But I definitely would be living in fear if I was in David's inner circle. But what's interesting, okay, there's obviously comments, people saying the total lack of respect for her body is sickening and heartbreaking. It is horrific. How can they lean overdose without the toxicology report? That makes zero sense. What an incredible disservice to Celeste and every other victim in LA who all deserve thorough, methodical, and unimpeded investigations. It seems the LAPD and District Attorney's Office and LA Superior Court are all on the same page, but the medical examiner can't stand the thought of letting the investigative process play out without interference. That's a serious problem that impacts more than one case. Sounds like the LAPD and friends were going to try and cover things up.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Someone at the medical examiners is going rogue, releasing info so this can't happen.
That's what I think.
It's possible the LAPD don't want things in the public domain as it makes arrest and prosecution difficult if everyone knows. The legal team can state that it's public knowledge and therefore the alleged perpetrators get off. Okay?
I don't want to read people's comments. I don't understand why he does that.
His close friend, Asia Collins, has fled the country. Reports have been circulating that David's close friend, Asia Collins, has fled the country.
That
She's
bitch in
popped up,
Norway.
posted a
She in
picture in
Oslo.
Norway.
I mean, she
Bit
in Oslo with her
suspicious,
eyes
if you ask
low.
me. They're saying, is that a guilt trip? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the entire crew, the main three, Asia, Neo, and David, if David's not getting arrested and if he wasn't a suspect to begin with, it wouldn't surprise me. People are saying, is he in Texas? Is he in California? There's been rumored sightings of him. And this is just my opinion.
Ain't
I think
nobody
they've all
saw
fled
this
the
nigga
country.
either.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to set up shop in a place where you couldn't be extradited.
Right.
This says, is that supposed to mean she's not facing any criminal charges and is allowed to leave the country with no problem whatsoever? People are saying, personally, I have a feeling she's not involved at all. This person said, I never really thought she was directly involved in the murder and dismemberment of Celeste, as well as being...
I don't think, see, that's the problem. That one thing I want to make clear. I don't think that some of these people probably not involved, but you know something. That's where it get, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know something. Even if you only know that this grown ass man was talking to this little ass girl, you know something, bitch. Y'all know something, shorty. It's no way you was kicking it around this nigga every day and you got videos being around him and being around Celeste and knowing this, and his brother was sneaking her into the concert and all this shit was going on, but you trying to tell me that nobody knows shit. No, I don't believe
her remains. But did she never really question why Celeste suddenly disappeared out of David's life? She did know about Celeste being a minor as well.
Right.
People saying she lied about not knowing about her age.
Since people are being super disrespectful, I will clarify some things. I did not know that girl nor her age. May she rest in peace. I have never posted any videos with Celeste Rivas. Only my friend Vanessa and Celeste Herrera, who are commonly being mistaken as Celeste Rivas. So that's a confirmation. So he was hanging around two Celeste. Everyone. You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf is broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own? It's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and it's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing, there's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you. Wants to act like TikTok detectives yet can't tell the difference between POC. Let's pack it up, y'all. What did she say? I did not know the girl nor her age. Yeah, okay. I don't believe anybody who said that they didn't know her age is pure bullshit and pure cap. If you was around this nigga and you seen this little girl with this grown ass man, you're not about to tell. I seen pictures of the little girl. There's no way in hell that any of y'all thought she was over the age of 18. Stop it. Cut the fuck out. Like, I don't like.
Here's the thing. This is her trying to defend herself, but this is the problem. When you can't stick to a lie forever. If you lie, there becomes layers on layers of lies, and you will never ever be able to remember every single lie. You will eventually be exposed. It says, since some people are being so disrespectful, I do not age may the same Norway. I hope Trent remembers to. So they were being careful. Neo was rolling around some butter line. Let's play the race card. Out of line, man. Out of line. In July, Sakura did a live stream with them. I just find it weird that Asia had to go spray some bug spray first before they could go to the Tesla. She, Neo, and David all had these rules about filming around the house and in his Tesla. Maybe it was about drugs, but it's really weird.
Right.
They all made sure to keep Celeste Herrera off camera, and Neo was worried about anything leaking while filming in the house and anything leaking while filming in the Tesla. So they were being careful of what they filmed, despite talking about having pills and showing alcohol. It's cold in Norway. I hope Trent remembers to bring a sweater.
Like this, don't he look like a weirdo? Am I tripping, bro?
Is that David's sweater? The same one Celeste wore? Hopefully a lookalike, but what the hell? Apparently it's a different neck. People saying there's no way this is real. What? Neo and now this clown? Says, do I think she personally murdered a child? No. Do I think she knew that Celeste was a literal child? Of course I do. She was his little sidekick and had insights on everything. Of course she was doing it for clout. When you're that close to someone you know, you see and hear everything. And so she won't be charged with murder, but she will definitely be pressured into an interrogation room. Her fleeing to a different country only complicates things. I do believe that she's guilty by association, and there are some crimes that she can be charged with.
I think a lot of these niggas are guilty by association. You guilty because you was kicking it around these people and you know something and you know what happened and somebody told you something and you ain't telling nobody, and bitch, you just as bogus as the person who killed her. Because it ain't no nigga kicking it around me, no grown ass man kicking it around me with no 13, 14-year-old girlfriend, and then the girlfriend end up dead and I don't go to the police and say nothing. You crazy as fuck. And then y'all be talking about, oh, don't wish jail on nobody. Oh, you can't snitch. You from the streets. You supposed to know that you don't snitch. Man, get the fuck out of here with that lame ass shit. This little girl died. Ain't nobody saying nothing. That's y'all damn problem.
David to continue with his minor and didn't say anything to the authorities, but this is more or less just a guilty conscience. They're an extradition to the US country. Didn't they say Neo is also out of the country? People saying he's in Japan, but there's no proof. We'll get to Neo in a minute. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, folks. We'll get to Neo in a minute. Nobody is safe. All right. I don't know if she's innocent or guilty, but this is not a good look for her. She's already riding the coattails of another person with influence. On to the next. Don't let this suck you by into your inner circle. Any famous people? I don't know who this lame blue-haired Destiny wannabe
I don't know
is,
who that nigga is,
but I would be careful. Don't let this clown, clown show,
like a weirdo,
this demon into your life. All right. Bilateral extradition treaties. Norway. Extradition treaty with Norway. Extraditable offense. 1, murder, including assault, manslaughter. Number 6, SUL offenses. Any laws relating to SUL offenses with or upon a minor. Kidnapping, abduction, and false imprisonment.
Why hasn't he been simply just arrested for being the boyfriend to this little ass girl? Why hasn't he been arrested for clearly being on stream with this runaway girl? Him and his runaway girl at his house, just on stream in Discord. Why hasn't he been at least arrested for harboring a runaway minor or some shit, whatever the fuck it's called? Why he ain't been arrested for that, at least? Because they do that shit all the time. If you wanted for a murder, they'll arrest you for anything they can find. They'll pull you over, find a gun, they'll arrest you, hold you in there for the gun, and then wait until they can find some more evidence and build their murder case.
Will be cooked, all right? That dude she's with is someone Neo would flirt with all the time. I wouldn't be surprised if Neo was with them. They're saying, where did you see that? Oh, no. Trent Kim, I swear my pants were just zipped. Dog, wait, am I pulling down your pants right now? This is crazy. Weirdo.
What kind of weird
Neo
shit?
is a weirdo, bro.
Neo is weird
Neo
as
guy
fuck.
Is just so cooked. He's so
Every
cooked.
time I hear about Neo, it's just some weird shit.
He's going to enjoy being cooked. He might like jail.
Bro.
He might like jail, okay? David Anthony Burke is disgusting and guilty 1,000,000,000%, but I really think we're doing too much with Asia without knowing if she spoke to police yet. I haven't seen her defend David since they identified the body, but correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but it feels like a witch hunt for the wrong person. She deserves heat for knowing he was grooming a child.
Exactly. FBI, open up! That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I want to say is these motherfuckers deserve problems for grooming a child. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be 100, and I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you right now. No, I ain't gonna say that.
All right.
I ain't gonna say it.
Hello. We conveniently forgot how she conveniently lost her phone soon after David got put in the hot seat. She's at a minimum conspirator to cover up crimes. Do not come to my town. right? I just think, I think it's too much she can assume she was traveling to forget about the case, but she feels guilty. Don't know, it's the time for that. Now, a little while ago, I did a video, okay? Actually, no, we're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, we're going to get to that in a minute. But look, there have been unverified rumors going around that the entire main three, the big three, let's say the terrible three, the despicable three, David, Neo, and Asia have indeed all left the country, right? This was going around a week ago. The main three may be out of the country during a grand jury hearing. People that knew about David and Celeste, his friends. The despicable three.
All them niggas weird.
Right? Y'all are cooked. It has come to my attention that David, Asia, and Neo are all currently outside the country, coinciding with the grand jury convening. Does this mean they will be not obligated to return to the country unless they wish to, or will a warrant be issued for them? Justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Guys,
the only place he could really fucking go is like what? Like, I don't even think he can go to China. It's like Russia. I don't know what countries. Let me see. Let me use my phone actually. What countries? What countries do not have an extradite? No, not extradite. Extradition treaty with the United States.
Guys. I'm sure you'll check. I'm sure you will check out this video because I feel like you guys.
So China, Indonesia, the UAE. So these are all places that don't have a formal treaty. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard people get arrested in UAE. Like UAE is like Dubai, that like the United Emirates basically. I've heard people get arrested for shit they did in the US in Dubai. I've heard about that plenty of times. So it's really not too many places you can go, especially places you would want to go. So on this list is China, Indonesia, UAE, Algeria, Iran, Montenegro. I don't even know what the fuck that's at. Russia, Vanuatu. I don't know what that is either. Brunei. I don't know where that is. Vietnam, Cambodia, Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, Moldova, North Korea. Of course, North Korea. You can't even fucking get there. Andorra. Don't know where that is. Bahrain. Don't know where that is. Belarus. Don't know where that is. Bhutan, Colombia, Cuba, Kuwait, Solomon Islands, and Afghanistan. The only places you would actually want to be on this list is like Saudi Arabia and like the UAE. You don't want to be in fucking Iran, Russia, Ethiopia, fucking Cuba. These are not places you want to go. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of these places I feel like can still, like if the US wants you bad enough, they can get you, gang. And the fact that it's such a high profile case like this, I don't think there's nowhere he could really go that's going to save him. You feel me?
You guys are all narcissists and you're obsessed with your image. So like anything to do with this, I'm sure you locked in. I'm sure you subbed. Hit that like button while you're there. You guys are cooked, right? Do you know how few countries have extradition treaties with the United States?
Yeah, it's only like 10.
Bro, do you know what countries you're gonna have to go to some gutter countries? Okay?
Yeah, I just listed.
So check this out, all right?
Yeah, oh, that's crazy. This nigga gonna do it. I just did it though.
Non-extradition countries to the US, and I'm not gonna lie.
Content creators really do think alike.
I'm very aware of the countries that don't have extradition to the UK because I've covered rappers in the UK that have caught bodies and gone on the run. But it seems like there might actually be a couple of countries that ain't too bad that they might be able to flee to. But I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty bottom of the barrel. It says sometimes you can hear a person is safe because they're in a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the USA. This is a dangerous misconception. The absence of a formal agreement is not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed. That's what I was going to say. Like, just because there's no formal agreement doesn't mean that if the US calls China and be like, hey, we got a murderer in your country, China going to be like, well, get them the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And niggas ain't going to just defend you and let you stay in their country knowing you fighting a murder case. And man, what the hell?
This is impossible. So you still might get cooked in these countries. In practice, the governments of some countries might make a decision on extradition based on diplomatic agreements, domestic legislation, and even bypassing formal procedures, especially if the charges are related to terrorism, money laundering, or serious crimes. Example, Cambodia or Vietnam have extradition to the US. Despite the absence of agreements with the US, extraditions still occur. In Middle Eastern countries, as Dubai has extradition to the US shows, unconventional legal solutions are also possible. Among the countries where asylum is often...
Didn't fucking Adrian, what's that nigga name, gang? That AB. Not Adrian, Antonio Brown. I think he was in Dubai and just got caught for attempt murder. And all he did was shoot at a nigga. He ain't killed a little girl and cut their body up. I'm just
places
saying.
with no extradition to the US are mentioned. Cuba, Ecuador, Montenegro, or Colombia have extradition to the US. Each of them require a separate analysis. Therefore, it's important to not only know that where there is no treaty, but also correctly assess the legal system and political situation.
Right.
These are the countries that don't have official extradition treaties to the
Nowhere
US.
you want to be, bro.
Cambodia. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard some stuff
some
about
shit
Cambodia.
about Cambodia.
David might like it in Cambodia. I've heard some fuck shit about Cambodia. He might love it there. Vietnam, Laos, or
Where is
whatever.
Laos?
Nepal, Iran, Syria. Syria ain't the one right now. Lebanon,
Syria
Yemen.
ain't
My guy
crazy.
gonna go to the war
Yemen
zone,
is
bro.
crazy, bro.
Eritrea, Chad, Somalia. I know a lot of rappers be fleeing to Somalia after they catch bodies. Zimbabwe, Belarus, Montenegro, Bosnia, Herzegovina. I ain't even heard of this one. Where's this? What? I don't even know.
I don't even know what the fuck
If David
that's
makes
at.
it over there, then he's going to be good. All right. Venezuela, Bolivia, Ecuador, Micronesia, Tonga, Cuba, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis. All right. This ain't a great lineup.
It's not a great lineup,
This
bro.
is not a good lineup of countries, okay? But if he
It's
makes
not a
it to one of
great
those,
lineup.
he could be good.
You got to think about this shit how real deep. Like, he got American bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, all his money is really made online. He's a superstar. He gets paid from TikTok and shit. So they freeze the American bank accounts, and you can't just go to these other countries and get a bank account. See, these other countries is not the U.S. You'll go over there and you'll get a bank and you'll put $1 million in your bank and you'll come back to the bank and the fucking money ain't there. And you like, where'd my money go? They're like, we took it. Oh, well, I want it back. No. We give it back to you in 10 years, maybe. And you just like, ain't nothing you can do. You try them, they gonna smoke you. Like, these other countries is not the U.S. Like, I feel like a lot of niggas from the U.S., y'all don't really realize, like, these other countries is fucked up. Some of these other countries don't even got fucking the internet. It's hard to get the internet, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, boy, y'all ass better stop playing.